here after a bit of a delay on some videos. Had a very busy several weeks to a month, so gonna kind of do a thoughts on wrap up thing here. The big focus is going to be mostly on Easter and the new achievement system that came out today, the 18th of April. But I'm going to quickly touch on my thoughts on pretty much everything else that's been released since the last thoughts on that has been released, which was for Back to the Freezer, the quest. So the Lumbridge Crater got reclaimed. It's nice and grassy. It's got a pool in the middle. It's very pretty. I'm eager to see how the Spring Fair fits into it, and that's something that's coming up very soon. Then the Solomon's Wardrobe was reworked. I really like it. You get a clean preview of everything in game just by hovering it. Nice work on that. Makes it a lot easier to look at. Skill outfits are now in game for Divination, Cooking, Summoning, and Prayer. Instead of winning them off of Treasure Hunter, you get Divination from caches. Little disappointed with that one. I feel like caches already is too valuable a reward space. Cooking you get from Gnome Restaurant, which I'm really happy with. I think that's a good way to kind of revitalize that, even if the outfit is a little too easy to get. Summoning, you get it from Familiarization, which I'm fine with. I mean, I guess that pushes people back into that game. And Prayer you buy using Ecto Tokens. I'm happy that it uses Ecto Tokens, but I also think it is too cheap using Ecto Tokens, but so be it. You know, if they want to make them nice and easy to get, great. I already have them all, so it wasn't really anything I was super concerned about. The Arc got some small updates, including all of the high armor of Hanto and the weapons being added to the shop. They are absurdly overpriced and are required for the Salty title, so kind of sucks. They look nice though, and I'm glad they're obtainable in game. It's just a shame that they were added in such a overpriced way. Some tweaks to Alea Crablets and Turtle Traps, and really just kind of everything else got nicely tweaked and some bugs fixed. I appreciated that quite a bit. There was the Agents of Fury event. I didn't really participate in it. I didn't care about the rewards, and so I didn't bother. The Luck update came out, which now has 4 tiers of luck in rings, as well as a new type of potion, which is great. There was also a new hidden ring called Hazelmere's Signet Ring that can be very, 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 very rarely obtained while using a T4 luck ring. Apparently nobody's even gotten one yet. They're super rare. We still don't know what they do. Here's hoping it's cool. Then there were the Gemstone Dragons, which were lame as shit on release. 95 to, I believe it's 103? 101 Slayer. And then there's a new type of pie called a Wilder Pie that's basically a overload for Slayer only. Boosts your Slayer by 6 and allows you to kill things that are required over 99. Obviously, this won't be an issue once 120 Slayer launches, but for now, that's kind of the way to do it. The dragons don't have very good rewards, even with their rewards doubled. The gemstone armor isn't all that incredible either. Really, even after the patches, I'm not particularly excited by these Gemstone Dragons, which is a shame, because Gemstone Dragons is something I've been very interested in for a long time after they got pulled a very long time ago against things like Celestials. Then we also got, the Menaphos Library Competition. Basically, they're asking players to write little lore books to put into the Great Library of Menaphos. Very excited to see other people's entries beyond the ones I've seen already. I personally wrote one that introduces some lore about the Black Ibis, which is that thieving set. I have turned them into kind of the Menaphite spy unit, and I hope to see that one in game. I obviously don't know if it will be, but hopefully my writing was good enough. So let's move on to kind of the more important things. I wanted to gloss through all of that real quick. So first, the new Easter event. This one's actually pretty short, but I really, really enjoyed it. We got a lot of very interesting lore on a lot of more weird races, I guess. Between the Easter Bunny itself and really how he kind of played out to cabbages and ents and druids and dwarves. We just got a nice bit of lore on each one of these races. A little bit of cabbage lore was funny and silly. The ent one I really enjoyed beyond just all of the hysterical, oh my god, please kill me, ent puns and wood puns. The The Ent dialogue, or the Ent egg, which is where you get the memory, was really interesting, and I'm pretty sure the safer world that it mentions is talking about the Enchanted Valley, because that's where you can still find Ents. The dwarf one was very nice, and how because Guthix didn't like straight up help the dwarves, they didn't really stick with him. I thought that was very interesting, especially because the dwarves are kind of Guthixian. I also very much liked the druid dialogue, which was really cool. We got more mention of Misalayanar, which is one of the first druids that's ever been on Gielinor, helped spread runes around. He was, I believe, first mentioned in Meeting History. It's how Jack learns about magical skills there. And then finally, we return to the Easter Bunny, and just some really touching dialogue here from the Father Bunny to the current Easter Bunny. I thought it was really beautiful and very profound and very well written, and I really enjoyed it. I liked that it wasn't anything super complicated, but it added just a nice little bit of extra, a little bit of extra lore here and there, and really was just a small low-key event that celebrated the season, but also took some time to include some new dialogue. Not really much else to say there. The rewards were fine. We got a cosmetic Easter Bunny hat. We got some divination strands, which is helpful for anybody working on that. And then a little bit of XP. Nothing to complain about, really. Gothixian butterflies are back. I've been enjoying making use of those on my low-level account. And also, the Spring Fair build-up event is going on. Basically, get your tools, build stuff. It's not really all that exciting until the fair itself starts. Anyway, the really big thing I wanted to talk about beyond the Easter event is the achievements. We got our first launch of the achievement system today. It doesn't really add anything new beyond just here's an achievement for completing level 92 or 99 in the skill and so on. But basically, this takes all of the completionist tab that had your comp cape, your trim comp cape, your master quest cape, and combines it with things like leveling your skills, completing all quests, completing all tasks, and it puts them all in the same place. And I'm very happy that has happened. This feels very rough. It feels very unfinished, however. You can't really tell the difference between difficulty in various tasks. There's no real rewards for doing these things beyond just having an extra number. There was no new titles added. Really, there's nothing new to this system beyond just a fresh look of paint for the interface right now. And a lot of people have been complaining about that, which I totally understand. And it has a lot of problems. Things like being told that you're close to finishing an achievement, but you don't know what that achievement is or how to do it. A lack of achievements in specific tabs, how the new paths systems don't really do much. There's a couple things for God Wars Dungeon and how to get into Prif, and that's really about it. There's not a lot else content-wise there. Luckily, though, we do know that there is a lot more coming. Modlium put up a post on the forums, which I will link in the description, that reads, "Today sees the release of the new achievement system. This is the first step towards a more intuitive and streamlined experience when it comes to tracking what you've got going on in-game. As a first step, it is not the fully feature behemoth we have in our heads, rather a modest chunk of our ambitions." So right off the bat, he's assuring players that, hey, this is not, the last step. We've got a lot more coming for this. This isn't everything we've been dreaming of. This is just us getting us started out there. So he continues, "Take a good look at what's there already. What do you like about it? What would you like to change? What sort of paths do you think would be useful for yourself or for a player coming back from a long absence? What kinds of new achievements would you get excited about in the future? From our perspective, these are the things we would like to be focusing on in our next big step for the achievement system. A player inspect feature, a summary and full inspection / side-by-side comparison, more player paths focusing on useful paths for returning and new players, a path system testing and discoverability, making sure the path system is both useful and easy to find and use when players need it." And then he asks for more suggestions. By and large, I agree with what he's saying. A player inspect feature and an achievement point system where, you know, finishing easy tasks gets you some points, while finishing really hard ones gets you more. And being able to see those achievement point completions on a player's examine is huge in my book. That definitely needs to happen. Being able to compare your achievements to your friends is great too. More interesting paths than just here's all the tutorial stuff, and then here's how to get to the God Wars in 2 different ways, and here's Prif. Goodbye. So more of that content as well. I think a cleaner interface also. While I like what they're doing here, the boxes are huge. They take up way too much space for what's needed. Also, the ability to kind of link between different achievements that are required for other ones, or, you know, important steps. Let's see. Oh, a search bar. A search bar is an absolute must, especially with there being quite a few available achievements now. I mean, overall, this is definitely very clearly kind of the early work here. This is them launching the system just to kind of get some basic feedback for the start here, and as Liam puts it, they are planning to do more, and I am very happy that they were going to do more. Yeah, because right now, unfortunately, there's just not a lot new. I mean, there's almost nothing new here. So obviously people won't really care about it until later on. So I'm eager to see what else comes, but I really think all the stuff I listed is very much a requirement for this getting better. More new things, more things that are just kind of general player stuff. Really just more interesting things to do and fun little achievements that aren't part of a big diary system and aren't just part of your trim comp, or part of your comp, your trim comp, your master quest cape, and that sort. Overall, though, it does look like a good start, and I'm glad that they are looking for feedback as to how to expand the system and make it better as a whole. Here is hoping that it gets better as time goes on. It's very clear looking at the interface that they've left themselves a lot of room to expand. Menaphos is very clearly going to be making use of this, thanks to a lot of empty space. And, yeah, looking forward to that. The rest of this month isn't anything too exciting as far as I'm aware. We have the spring fair coming up, which looks interesting. It's pretty cute. Nothing crazy, though. It's just another type of kind of, you know, it's like the summer crater. It's nothing amazing, but it's nothing to complain about, I guess. The Sears Village rework is coming after Menaphos, because the Ninja team appears to be helping wrap that up, which is great. You know, more people on Menaphos is great in my book. We also do have confirmation that the Evil Dave quest will not be coming until after Menaphos, which is unfortunate because I was really hoping that it would be our, you know, big centerpiece content for May as the tide over until June. Pretty much what this means is the only quest that has a chance of happening in May, as far as I'm aware, is Maud, Krista, and Osborne's thread quest, as that was fairly small and nothing too insane. Because all the other quests that we are aware of would be the Virago quest and 2 small favors, or hopefully another small favor as a title, just nudging you there, Lenny and Campfire. But I have not heard anything more about those, and I don't know how much further things have gone. The Red Quest was the one that seemed like it was moving the most quickly, and I'm hoping to see that soon. No worries, obviously, if it doesn't show up or got canceled or something, but hoping to hear about that. Beyond that, really, the next big piece of content I'm looking forward to is Menaphos and Crocodile Tears and all the desert content, because there has been pretty much no word about what's going on with Shattered Worlds. Mod Stu mentioned he was working on it back in February, and I thought that it would be released in either March or April, so that the team would be able to work on their expansion that is coming in September. But I'm wondering if perhaps it's been, like, rolled into the expansion, or is part of the expansion in general. So I really don't know what's going on there. Eager to find out more, and I'm hoping it will turn out interesting. Anyway, that's all I've got today. I've been working on a couple videos, as I seem to say at the end of every single one, and then have nothing for you. Just been a very busy month in terms of school and work, and hopefully I will have some time to get some more content out on this channel, because it has been a while. I know Crondis is working on something as well, but it's a busy time for school. So sorry, and hopefully as summer comes around, we'll be able to dump some more content on your head nice and quick. I will be dropping my thoughts on Imp Catcher and the Shield of Arav rework and the Hero's Quest touch-up as well in a future video that will be talking about these quests and a couple others specifically. So keep your eyes peeled for that when I get time to record that. And beyond that, that's it. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And if you enjoy this and want to see more content, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you on regularly. I hope you had a great day.